Dr. BMS community, I hope you're well. Today, I would like to challenge all of us to think about the concept of a loving critic in our lives. That as we navigate our life on a day-to-day basis, we make friends, we form teams, colleagues, allies, people we work with, collaborate with. We should make sure that in our team, we always have a loving critic. And who is a loving critic? A loving critic is simply someone who cares a lot about you. They genuinely care. They're interested in your well-being. They're interested in your advancement, your success. They are not jealous. They are not competing with you. They are not expecting a reward from you when you succeed or you do something that elevates you. That is a genuine friend. And it's from this pool of genuine friends, people who love you unconditionally, that you can get a loving critic. And the next question then is, who is a loving critic? A loving critic is a genuine friend or ally. But they are people who do not necessarily agree with you on everything, go your way all the time. There are people who maintain an independence and a critical thinking of their own, independent of you. So you find in your relationship with this person, you do many things together, you share many points of opinion, but there are some things they are able to do on their own. There are some opinions they are able to have on their own, regardless of what you think. And they are not afraid to share them out with you, and they do not share them out with you in a way that puts you down or demeans you or makes you feel like you're defeated. That's not their goal. They're just telling you, yes, you believe in this, you do this, that is fine. But for me, I believe in something slightly different, or I'll do something different. I'll not join you on this journey today, but we are friends. So you go for your journey, and when you come back, we will meet and do the other things that we share. That is a person who is likely to be a loving critic, because they are not kind of ensnared in your web, okay? They are not people who are admiring you so much so that they become subservient to you. They fear to offend you. They know that there's a benefit that will come from you if they are good to you. So they are cheerleaders. We see this a lot, especially in politics or in situations where people have an agenda and they want something from their relationships with other people, be it politics, school, work, everywhere. And so such persons are going to lead you on. They are going to try to make you happy all the time, even when they don't agree. They keep it secret to themselves, and they don't let you know they don't agree. Such people cannot be loving critics. Having put aside then who can be a loving critic, you can then look at the people in your social circles, friends, and see, so and so, I think Dr. BMS can be a loving critic. Well, go ahead. I'm challenging you today to choose a loving critic for your life, because you need them. Why then? Third point, why do we need loving critics? Because we humans, the way we were created, there's some kind of deficiency, I would say, it's a fundamental flaw. We like feeling the best about ourselves. We like seeing ourselves as the best thing that ever happened on earth, the best creation, the brightest, the most beautiful, the most attractive, the most successful, and the one with the best opinions. So this is codified in what is famously known the ego. We have a big ego as humans, and our ego is super selfish. It always just thinks about me, being on top of everyone else. But the reality of this world is that oftentimes we fall short. We are not the best in many areas. And so, while on the one hand, we are trying to tell ourselves that, or our ego is telling ourselves that you're so good. Dr. BMS, your videos are just so super fantastic. In reality, they may just be bogus, okay? And so you need sometimes someone who can bring you back to the reality, the way the world is seeing what is happening around you and what you are doing, so that they get you out of the echo chambers that we live in, the epistemic bubbles that we live in as human beings, which prevent us from seeing beyond our nose and just seeing our world as everything. And this loving critic then comes and helps you, shakes you from your dreamy world sometimes, brings you back to reality and tells you, hey, you see what you're doing? Probably it's not going to work. It's been overtaken by events. Or this thing is not going to work for this and that reason, and they make you ponder. You may feel disappointed. What? They have put so much effort to dress up and put makeup and look this way and go for this party. Okay, and you're telling me I'm not looking what? There you are. I just gave you an opinion in a loving way. Take it, use it however you can. And after you overcome the disappointment of being criticized, sometimes you can reflect and say, wait a minute, what was my friend saying about this? Is it really not such a good thing the way I thought? And that new thought process is just what you may be needing to go for the success, to go the whole hog of your life's journey. Because without it, sometimes you've deviated, you are in the mud, you are in the bush, but nobody is telling you, because most people around you are cheering you. So they are cheerleaders who are making you feel happy because they expect to get something from you in return of that happy feeling they're giving you. But loving critics don't, and you need them very much. So once we identify a loving critic or loving critics in our life, how do we use them? We use loving critics to sound our ideas, to reflect on our lives, to take stock of how we are progressing, and to get feedback that is critical but constructive, and we can use it to make ourselves better. Because remember, as I said at the beginning, we humans like thinking we are the best, we are number one in everything. And then that, put another way, means we don't like being criticized like we are not the best, being corrected, even when that criticism is useful. And in the few instances where we may tolerate some criticism, most of us, it will be self-criticism. You want to be the one telling yourself that, oh, I'm not looking so smart today. But most of the time, we don't even do that. So these critical but loving friends, loving critics, are people who will be a mirror. They put a mirror in front of us. So we use them by going to them and asking them, I want to go out to a party. Do I look good? Do I look smart? Hold that mirror. Let me see. I'm doing this project. I'm thinking about having this or that done. What do you think about them? That's how you use a loving critic, and you get that constructive feedback, which stinging sometimes, not so pleasant sometimes, but useful, so that you get out of the bubble that I talked about, and you can use that information to steer your ship better and make your life better, and that's how we grow. I leave you with that thought challenge. Think about a loving critic. Who can be? It doesn't need to be one person, there can be many people. They don't need to be permanent, they can serve specific roles in various disciplines or engagements of your life, but from time to time, you need to reference with them and reset your clock, reset your speed, reset your direction of life, and that way you will achieve success much better than when you don't have these loving critics in your life. That's my message for you. If it resonates well, please like, subscribe to this channel. We've just passed 1,000 subscribers. I'm very happy about it. And now I would like us to go even more. Join the community, because when you subscribe, we feel encouraged, and these videos can reach more people, because now they are seen as videos that are being liked by more and more people, and we get out the message of our health, body, mind, and soul to as many people as possible. See you again in another video of Dr. BMS.